Good morning. We're going to do a scrubby on my 72 cylinder. And as you can see, I have taken every third needle out. My tension is as loose as I can get it. So, well, yeah, if your machine starts to make noise, you've made it too low because it's scraping on the bottom. So give it another half a turn back. So you need to give yourself enough yarn to sew it up comfortably. And we're going to do 30 rows. So on this one, I'm just going to do a little smidgen in the center, a lot, and a smidgen. So I'm going to do 5, 25. So we're going to start with white. And this is the Dollar Tree yarn that they have for $1 a skein. And every once in a while when you start, everything bad happens. You lose a stitch. But the nice thing about this sticky acrylic doesn't let it drop. Okay, five rows. The other thing, if you can look down here, I said to wind it, but this stuff is so loosely wound that you really don't have to. You can just do right out of the skein. Cut it a few inches above, drop it. Let's finish my blue off here. Just going to tie a square knot. And if you have a little long pieces, you can cut those off later if you want. Doesn't really matter. Now we're going to do 20. When the knot goes through the machine, sometimes it's a little sticky. Cut that again. And I'm just going to go ahead and go back with my white. You can make it a solid color. You can also just do 20 rows, and in a little bit I'll show you what those are. It makes more of a makeup removal kind. Facial scrubby. I have a lot of people that are deciding that they like them for exfoliating. And 5 more. Okay, remember to leave yourself enough to sew it up. And I don't know if you noticed, I didn't put that through my thing. I just ran it up there because this tends to catch. Okay, that gives you enough room. See, as you can see, I just did the opposite of what I just did. I have one on here. You can just keep going. All right, we'll go ahead now and go out. Okay, so now here's a variety of ones that I've made. This has got 3 colors. And these are the smaller ones. These are only 20 rows. These are 30 rows. I've got these separated. This is what we have. And if you look and see, this is the wrong side, and you get a lot more hairs than you get with the right side, but you can decide how you want to do it. So I've already pulled this one in, and we're going to go ahead, thread my needle. And it's usually easier to do it from the right side because you can see the stitches better because of less hairs. So I'm going to go up through the first stitch. Then if you just roll your part back, you can see where the stitch is, and you just go through that leg. That takes you right through the center. So we're just going to go through the leg all the way around. And since we took every third needle out, this is only 48 stitches on this scrubby. I like to use my 60 and I use all 60 needles. If you have a 54, you can use that also. If you have a 48, Don't have to play with it. I would guess an 80, you could possibly just go ahead and take every other needle out. Same with an 84. I would consider this yarn probably close to a sport weight. So if your machine doesn't like heavier yarn, it may not work. But don't forget to make it be the loosest tension you can get. And we're back to where we started. We'll go through there. Okay, we'll pull this. I tuck the needle down inside. Pull my scrap yarn out. Okay, now we're going to pull this, but like I've said before, don't pull this too tight. You don't want to break it because that's just a big mess. Pull it tight, and then I'm just going to go up underneath one of those, back through a couple times, back through, tuck under, pull. Probably do one more of those, tuck under, pull. Now, at this point, I have my yarn stuck. There we go. At this point, your scrubby can go like this. Now, if you want that, that's fine. That's no big thing. I like mine to stay more on this shape, so I'm going to put it right down through the center. Come up through the center over here. And tie these. Go back through. I'm going to do one more of these. Just, oh shoot. Try and keep your needle threaded, it helps. Just pull through. Pull it tight. Snip it. Go over here. No, the dog does not need to be in this video. We're going to do one more of these. Again, we're going to pull it through, just go in here, come out, pull it tight, snip. There you go, you have another one done. And these are very pastel-y and nice. And they really make your kitchen sink pretty, I think. Anyway, that's Scrubby video number 2.